Survive the night.
Survive the night.
Oh, God. What's that? Oh, God. Survive the night.
Do you guys like ska?
What?
I don't know why you're laughing. That was a genuine question.
The timing was great because I just hit record, but I don't know if anyone wants to hear us talk about ska.
I like ska.
I don't. Would you consider Goldfinger ska?
They have some.
I like Superman by Goldfinger.
I think
that's
yeah.
the extent of my ska.
Oh. It's like
we're not
surf punk, I
talking
guess.
about like the one where he's like, "You can call me Superman."
No, that's not even Goldfinger. That's what is that?
That's some like Creed shit.
3 Doors Down.
Fucking love 3 Doors Down. 10 out of 10 band.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? Okay, that's the song. Okay.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Thank you.
That's
Did
not,
you guys listen to the song I sent you? The
What song?
Aqua song, Halloween.
Yeah, I love that song.
That was so fucking good.
I love Aqua.
Is it scary?
I sent it to you guys.
This is scary?
I sent it, kind of actually. I sent it to you guys, and then I shit you not, listened to it like 10 times on repeat.
Wow.
I did that with the outro of the movie we're going to talk about on episode 12 of Survive the Night, Pet Semetery by the Ramones. I fucking just am addicted to that song now.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. What are you talking about?
I just watched the movie. Don't remember the song.
It's the
How
outro
do you
credit.
not remember
You probably
it?
just stopped it right after the movie.
Yeah,
was
I
over.
did.
Probably,
I
like,
did not watch the
You
credits.
grabbed the... Did you watch it on DVD?
The Blu-ray.
So you just put the Blu-ray right into the garbage right afterwards.
Well, no, it's going back into my collection.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 12 of Survive the Night, where if you haven't figured it out yet, we're talking about Pet Semetery, the original, which released in 1989, based on the book by Stephen King.
Do you know what would be super, super tight? If you fucking introed us first before getting into the movie.
My name's Amir. I'm co-hosting with Andy
That's me. That's Andy.
and the asshole Ryan.
Yeah.
That's cool. Take it away, boy.
The Creed family moves into a new home in Ludlow, Maine. Their new neighbor, Judd Crandall, shows them a pet cemetery behind their house. Unbeknownst to them, at the time, it has the power to bring back the dead. But at what cost?
But at what cost?
So, this movie was directed by Mary Lambert. She also did Urban Legends, Bloody Mary, Halloween 2, A Calabar's Revenge. And she was really...
Wait, you said Halloween 2?
That's what it says, Halloween 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Oh, so it's a completely different movie than
Probably.
Halloween.
She's really big, I guess, in the music scene. She did a lot of like music videos, music
yes.
documentaries.
She did Material Girl by Madonna.
That's how
Yeah.
she got famous.
Yeah. So, and that's actually how she got the Ramones into the film.
Because she's friends with Dee Dee Ramone.
And then she also did Pet Semetery 2.
Imagine you're the Ramones, though, and the people behind Pet Semetery from Stephen King come up to me like, hey, you guys want to do the fucking outro for this
Well,
movie? Like, how
that was like
stoked.
the biggest song for them too at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It tracked the biggest or the highest.
Damn.
So music is by Elliot Goldenthal.
Huge fan. Just kidding.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, he did Batman Forever.
Oh my god, let me finish what I'm saying. He did Sphere. Fuck you piece of shit.
You fucking piece of shit!
We're having fun here.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry, Ryan.
break those fingers. He did
See, we're having fun.
he did Sphere, which I haven't seen the movie, but the book is
I love
I
Sphere.
fucking love
So
that
good.
book so much.
Again,
can't
I
tell
don't
if
know.
you're joking.
I don't.
No, I swear to God, it was one of my favorite books.
Who's it
sorry,
by?
Michael Crichton.
Is it Crichton?
Yeah.
I always said Crichton.
I don't think it's Crichton.
Spelt Crichton.
It is.
Like cricket.
What do you think it is, Andy? Do you think it's Crichton?
It's Crichton.
Okay. That's
Although,
probably
although cricket sounds fun.
So one of the very first big books that I read was Jurassic Park, and that I was just a. Have you read The Terminal Man?
Is that also by him?
Yeah.
I've only read Sphere
Oh,
by
I
him.
see.
Because like I've said before, Jesus Christ. Horror is mostly my
Right.
genre, but Sphere, I bought it just for shits and giggles at like a $1 bin thing, read it and was like, "It's one of
I
the
haven't
best fucking
seen
things I've ever read."
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
So I want to say again, I'll say it like this is my deepest, darkest secret. I don't know how to read.
No, fuck, my hat hit it.
So I've seen the movie.
How's the movie?
I liked it. It creeped me
Did
out.
you see the movie?
No, but I own it. And
I-
I'm just like, I just haven't gotten around because I'm
I'm-
so afraid to
I'm
watch
gonna
it.
I'm gonna say you guys would probably hate it, but as a moviegoer, and I saw it for some reason, of all places to see it, I saw it at a birthday party.
I honestly will. I'll say out on a limb here. It's probably one of my favorite books of all time. No joke.
Wow.
Just reading it is one of those books where honestly I don't think I can read it a second time because the first time through was just like, what?
And I'll never,
What?
and
It
I'll
goes
never,
crazy.
and I'll never
It's
read
insane.
it because I got issues.
Okay,
'Cause- wait, because
Oh my god!
I can't read.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I won't be able to read it.
Okay, so he did music for Sphere, Batman Forever, Interview with a Vampire, and Alien 3.
Did Batman Forever even like have a score?
I'm sure it did in certain scenes, but
It
yeah,
definitely had bat nipples.
it definitely had
Wasn't
Seal.
that wasn't Batman and Robin? That was Batman Forever. Then it was
Uh,
nipples?
Was it?
I think it was probably both.
So the first suit he had didn't have nipples, and then maybe the second suit in the movie he did.
Was this still George Clooney?
no,
No, this is Val Kilmer.
All right.
Yeah.
So next, special effects. Peter Chesney was the supervisor. For most special effects, I'm mostly just going to go over like supervisors, people who oversaw stuff, because there's always like fucking like 20 of them. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go through
Yeah.
everybody. So he was the supervisor. He did Mother.
Oh.
Yeah. No Country for Old Men.
Oh.
The Ring 2.
Wow.
You do it again.
Oh.
He did, again, one of my favorite movies, Looney Tunes, Back in Action.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Andy's favorite movie, The Mothman Prophecies.
Oh yeah.
Men in Black, The People Under the Stairs.
That's a good one.
And here's my favorite. He also did House 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are some fucking serious credits.
He just went all over the place.
It's so... I've been finding through this podcast when we talk about like the directors, the actors, the special effects artists, all that stuff, how interesting it is how like these connect in such strange ways, right?
totally.
Right? I'm not going. You,
I see your hand going back over there.
Guys,
I can't do it before you
guys.
yell. Your yells on reverb are just the best.
guys, if you guys get a divorce, I'm gonna be a lost child. I don't want to have to spend Christmas with different parents.
I can't imagine you being more lost than you already are.
Oh my god,
It was weirdly deep.
I'm always lost.
Okay,
I can't read.
we're really
I'm
just
lost.
spinning ahead
My
here.
pants are gone.
Okay. So Dale Midkiff plays Lewis Creed. All I could find out is he's been in a shit ton of TV series.
Good sleuthin'.
Thank you. I didn't want to write every single thing down.
That's fine.
Or is that the show that he's been in?
Oh. A stars are good sleuthin'.
Next, we've got Denise Crosby, who plays Rachel Creed. She was in the Creep Show series, the new one that's coming out, actually, like the second season.
You better mention Star Trek.
I was also going to say, just again,
She-
a lot of TV series.
Star Trek. Next Generation.
She's in a movie I really want to watch, but I'm kind of afraid to watch. A movie called Itsy Bitsy, which is about
Oh,
a
yeah.
like dog-sized spider,
Okay, fuck that.
which scares the shit out of me.
Oh, we're gonna have to cover arachnophobia at some point.
Fuck
That's
that.
that's the thing. Like Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah. What about it?
I'm just waiting for this.
No,
piece.
no, I'm not. I just, in terms of arachnophobia,
Arachnophobia.
why? How is that so different from arachnophobia?
Arachnophobia.
Jesus.
You're like a part of your ska band there. That's the name you guys will choose.
Arachnophobia. Fuck that.
Anywho, like Eight-Legged Freaks was just a funny movie. Didn't
Yeah.
scare me, but like giant spiders, that doesn't scare me. It's mostly like, okay, it's just gonna kill me, like whatever. But like a spider that's the size of a fucking cat or something, that's horrifying.
Yeah. No, that's horrifying.
Okay, continue. Fred Gwen, sure. He plays Judd Crandall.
I couldn't help but think that Judd just looks so familiar, but I looked through his credits and there's nothing that I recognize him from.
Not the Munsters?
No.
No, yeah, never watched it. He's in the Munsters, and he's been in a ton of TV movies as well. Brad Greenquist, Victor Pascal, yeah, he was in Annabelle Creation.
Oh, who did he play in that?
That's a good question.
Oh, okay.
Usually Amir puts this stuff up on the fucking laptop screen and finds out for us, but for some reason this time he's just like, fuck
He's busy.
It's because the laptop is, when I type, okay, this is fine.
Yeah,
This is fine.
It's 'cause he's like,
this is fine.
I'm just
Maybe
trying to
I'm-
keep I'm just trying to keep the quality of our audio good. Okay, I don't want to be like, oh, my name's Ryan. Look at me tapping
right.
on the table.
All right, guys.
Anywho,
Guys.
he was also in the movie The Cursed. I don't really know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Miko Hughes. He's Gage Creed. He was a voice in Hey Arnold.
He's been in everything.
This is the son.
This
Yeah.
is the kid, yeah.
Do you not recognize him from Full House, Ryan?
I never watched Full House.
What about Kindergarten Cop?
First, I would like to just get to know you.
It's been so long. However, yes, his voice in Baby Geniuses. He was also in the Spawn movie.
Yep.
I just want to point out that in Full House, this guy plays the biggest piece of shit. He's like a bully to all the kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's also in Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh, I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we have Blaise Burdall, I think. She plays Ellie Creed. But I also have here, she has a twin. Her name's Bo, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And they both play. However, her sister gets credit for Ellie too.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. They couldn't just mix their names like Mary Kay Ashley Olsen?
Yeah, I guess not. Next, we've got Michael Lombard, who plays Erwin Goldman. He was in The Devil's Advocate,
Great movie.
Crocodile Dundee.
Mm-hmm.
Not so great.
Next, we've got Andrew
Hoobastank.
Yeah, I honestly wanted to say that. Hubatsek, and he plays Zelda.
Yeah.
And he has got like 3 credits, and I don't know what the other stuff is. And then we've got Mary Louise Wilson, who plays Dory Goldman, who, again, doesn't really have many credits. Okay, take it away.
The Creed family, Louis Rachel, kids Ellie and Gage, and their pet cat, Winston Churchill, or just Church.
Love it.
I tried to look up because I was like, oh, I'll add the cat as the actor.
Yeah.
But it's 9 different cats, and they trained them
Wow.
specifically for the movie.
Damn.
And it's a specific
They
breed.
all
that they got.
died, too.
Yeah, what I read about that was they had the different cats for the different attitudes that the cat was presenting, like an angry cat, a calm cat.
The cat Winston Churchill and the family move from Chicago to Ludlow, Maine. Lewis gets a job as a physician with the University of Maine, and then they become friends with their neighbor Judd Crandall.
May I say, it was actually filmed in Maine as well, 20 minutes away from Stephen King's house.
Wow.
It was part of his contract that the movie had to be made in Maine.
Like, I know there's a lot of things, like it was very cheap to film there, but that's really funny that he just lives down the street. Also, why did he never leave Maine? He just
Loves it. All his books
stories are in
it.
there. Yeah,
He's creepy.
He is a scary looking dude. But to be fair, he did a lot of cocaine, and that's
That is
probably
true.
why.
Yeah.
Probably the reason why he looks.
yeah. He did a lot of cocaine. Have you never seen that? What's that truck movie he made?
Oh, Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie as a kid so much.
So Judd Crandall, he takes the kids to the Pet Semetery, misspelled with an S, because it's made by stupid fucking kids. In the
Or
forest.
it's made by Andy because he can't read.
It's true.
Can I just... I'm sorry. Because this is Ryan's fault, I've been doing some sleuthing, and Gage, the actor who plays Gage in Pet Semetery, is starring in a new movie called Dylan's New Nightmare, an Elm Street fan
Oh,
film.
wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Is
I'm
that,
sorry, it's supposed to be a spiritual sequel to A New Nightmare, which is the
Right.
movie he's in as a kid.
Is that already out, or is that being
No,
made
it's
right
being
now?
made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, during the opening credits, one of the voices that's reciting like the little epitaphs they're doing for the graves
Right.
belongs to a Jonathan Brandis, and he starred as young Bill Denbrough in It.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
which
cool.
is interesting, right? Which came out literally the next year.
Some Stephen King crossovers. Lewis meets Victor Pascal, a jogger who is seriously injured after being hit by a truck.
This scene, so I'm not gonna lie, I got bored of the movie pretty quick, and I was
is wrong with you?
I was doing some other stuff while I was watching it, and this
Yeah,
scene, it
jerking it.
just out of nowhere, he's just like, I'm dying, and then I don't understand why he haunts him.
I think it's just, I think this is what my interpretation is that there's like good and bad spirits, and the good spirits have basically taken over his body as some sort of like a vessel, and they are using him to warn the family and Lewis.
I think he's helping Lewis out because I think he realizes that Lewis actually really did try to save his life when he's like doing the surgery on him.
Except when he sees them, he's like, "It's not my fault. You were gonna die anyways."
Right.
He's very
yeah.
scared of him.
Yeah.
I also have there's like a funny part in it's skipping ahead a little bit, but so Lewis dies, obviously.
Oh, spoilers.
I know. He dies right before like saying Lewis's name, like calling him
Lewis dies?
Sorry, Victor Pascal dies.
Yeah, okay.
He dies.
It's not Pascal, it's Pascal.
Pascal.
I heard Pascal the first few times that they said his name in the movie. I was like,
Pascal or
what?
Pascal?
I heard Pascal.
Yeah, it's Pascal.
Yeah, it's Pascal.
It
not
is
Pascal,
Pascal.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, he's dying, and then warns Lewis about the Pet Semetery before dying. That night, Pascal appears to Lewis as a ghost and leads him to the cemetery. So he starts to warn him not to cross the barrier because the ground is sour.
Can we talk about okay, so Amir, what would you do if a
First
ghost
of
was telling
all,
you to come with him on a
I
little
would not
adventure?
I would not follow a ghost fucking anywhere. I don't care if it's a ghost that I just did surgery on in real life, the real life version of this person.
What if they were hot?
Male or female, doesn't matter. If they're just smoking, looking good. I'm turning into Ryan.
No, it's weird. I actually used to sleepwalk as a kid. So
I actually used to sleep with ghosts.
no, I
It was
would
an
not.
addiction.
I would probably wake he didn't. Is his wife still at home at this point, or does she go?
No,
to,
she's
at
there,
home.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would wake her up, be like, "Baby, I'm seeing ghosts."
Hey, baby, I'm seeing the ghosts.
Baby, I've seen ghosts.
Hold me. I would not follow.
I'm so scared.
I love you, baby. Please hold me. There are ghosts everywhere.
Andy,
What?
you're
What
a
would you
doctor. You're a doctor.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I would also actually probably try to talk to this guy. Be like, I'm really sorry. I couldn't save your life. He doesn't say that. He says, you would have died anyways. Whatever.
I would try to like just take some sort of medication to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck out of here. Honestly, I'd probably be like, nope, close my eyes, turn around, and then once he starts talking to me, hopefully I have some earplugs, I'll pop those in and be like,
Also, when he says the ground is sour, I had no idea what he was saying. I was like,
I didn't know that either.
I had to
yeah.
Google it.
Yeah.
oh, really? I
Yeah.
heard it. The ground is sour, and then, like, is it Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sifts through the ground, and there's a bunch of Sour Patch Kids. He's like,
He's right.
it's so sour.
It's so sour. This guy's onto something.
Best joke of the podcast yet.
Idiot.
Yeah, sure. So Lewis, he does follow. He follows him. It says that the barrier cannot be broken. The Sour Patch Kids. So he wakes up and then he thinks it was just all a dream, but then he looks at his feet
Yeah, it's so
and they're all
gross.
dirty.
Why did he get into bed like that? Like, what the fuck?
Because I think he was like in a trance kind
Right,
of thing.
yeah.
Right? Because he
Probably.
just wakes up back in bed.
That's a good call.
So I guess the next day he looks up Victor Pascal,
It's like files and
his file, and then he immediately looks at the chart and then throws it into the garbage.
Well, don't need this anymore.
Like maybe that you need that for records, and
Nope, he's dead.
He's
and
dead.
wash his hands of this man.
Yeah.
What would you do if you woke up in bed with dirt all over your fucking feet in bed?
Well,
I don't know why, but every time he said something, it just always sounds so fucking, first of all, stupid as shit, but also weirdly sexual.
I just feel like it just comes off like just so like you just don't give a shit.
We got 3 winners here. Andy can't read. Amir, I feel like he has these weird like little brain sparks.
Yeah.
And I'm going through puberty.
Yeah. It's a good time to be
Okay,
us.
so
Just saying,
what-
I would wash my sheets and clean my feet.
Wow. Solid. That's great.
I would just throw it into the garbage where the chart was.
Did he bring the chart home?
No.
Or
no,
he's
I'd go,
taking the sheets to work?
honey, I have some things I need to do.
Baby, there's dirt all over the bed.
Baby.
Get a broom, baby.
There's dirt in the bed from my feet in the bed.
Baby, I have to go
My
to work.
favorite, I mentioned this in our group text, but my favorite is when Amir actually laughs and he just fucking comes alive. What would I do? Thanks for asking, Ryan.
You're welcome, Ryan.
If my feet were dirty in bed, I think I'd be really scared.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be like, why the fuck are my feet dirty?
I would be beside myself because
I'd turn to my wife and be like,
What did you do to my feet? You.
even just like little crumbs in my bed, I'm like super OCD about it. So.
I'm gonna let you.
I'm about to throw Sarah under the bus, but like, sometimes we eat in bed.
Sure, I do.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
But I always try and wipe everything off afterwards, like the crumbs, because I can't stand the feeling of it.
it's
And then
worse.
I roll over onto her side, and there's like the fucking Pringles can. Just fucking. There's shit everywhere.
I'm gonna let you guys on a. Shut up. Gonna let you in on another little secret. I don't have a bed.
Stupid. I know you have a bed. I've seen it.
I don't know if I've seen his bed actually.
See, I don't. It's a mystery.
I've seen it. I've tested it out.
He did stuff.
I peed on it.
When I eat in bed, I usually spread out like paper towels where I'm putting my food so it lands on the paper
I get the
towel.
vacuum cleaner and I just go to town on myself.
Sick.
Wait, what?
Just good.
Michelle, my pee-pee got caught in the vacuum again.
I just picture like it's just like you come out, you're like, Michelle, I told you never to interrupt me when I'm cleaning my room. If you can understand where that quote where that quote comes from, and you send it to us, I'll give you a big old kiss on the forehead.
During Thanksgiving, churches run down on the highway. Realizing Ellie will be devastated, Judd takes Lewis beyond the pet cemetery.
I feel like you're glossing over it a little bit. Church, do we see him get hit? I can't
No.
remember. No, but it's implied, right?
No, they just see his dead body, and then
Oh,
Judd
okay,
is
so
like,
it's
"Your
just
cat's
that, yeah,
dead."
Judd calling him and be like, hey, bud, fucking cat's dead. It's on my line. Come grab it.
Yeah. So I want to say here, I feel like they just made him so unlikable in this movie.
Judd?
Yeah. No. Judd is very likable.
Or Lewis.
Lewis is very unlikable. He comes in, sees the dead cat, and he's like, "Oh, it's dead."
I know. I was like, why doesn't this guy care
He
about
doesn't
this
give a
fucking
shit
cat?
about the cat.
You
like,
know what? I don't know. Some people just don't like animals. That's fair, personally.
It's fair, but like, I don't know. I
really like, I didn't add it into my facts, but since I remember it, I guess I'll just say it. The scene where Lewis wakes up to the ghost guy talking to him, and he's wearing PJs, even though they kind of look like scrubs.
Oh yeah, I thought they were scrubs.
Yeah, but apparently I think they're PJs.
Oh,
Anywho, he was supposed to just be like in his underwear, but they said, oh, he's going to look way too sexy that it's going to undercut the tension and the terror.
And sorry, who's gonna look too sexy?
Lewis.
Oh.
And they a few times in the this fact stuff I was looking up, they're like, nah, he's too sexy.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
So dead cat.
Is so I don't think the mom and the daughter are at home at this point, right? I think they've
No, they're
gone to visit
like-
Chicago.
Yeah, they're away.
The son is as well, right, Gage?
Oh,
Everyone is away except the dad. He realizes that the cat's dead. They put it in a garbage bag, go to the pet cemetery. Judd is talking to him about we have to go past the pet cemetery.
Yeah, this part was weird to me. So I thought that, where they're going is just like beyond this like pile of branches beyond this pet cemetery, but they're going on like a 10-hour long fucking hike.
Give me your best Judd impersonation.
Oh, I love his
Dick.
oh, no, go. You do it.
Yeah, give us your best impersonation.
Lewis, you gotta go to the pet cemetery.
Okay.
Lewis, want to go down to the pet cemetery?
That's much better. That's very
It
good.
was a bit better, yeah.
Okay.
Mine's not going to be better, don't worry.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't even remember what he sounds like. It's like, oh, well, you see, Lewis.
That's pretty good.
That sounds like
It's
Christopher Walken almost.
Oh, I thought
I
it
don't
sounds like
think
more
it
like
sounds
Jimmy
like-
Stewart. 'Cause
Jimmy Stewart,
Jimmy Stewart sounds a lot like what Judd is trying to do.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, let's go to this other cemetery, which is like, it's a fucking, like, this is hard, but like, why would you be like,
Okay
I'm
with
saying
this?
be like 50 times there, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. But like, God damn it.
But like,
I'm so close to saying it again now.
Just say
What's it different?
just say so and then go into it.
So
but like,
I'm so aware of it now. So he's telling him, hey, let's go to this pet cemetery, the cemetery past the pet cemetery, and we'll revive your cat.
The super pet cemetery.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Especially because, I
Well-
mean, you don't find out till a little bit later, or has he
Yeah,
already
no.
told the story?
yeah, does he say that we're gonna take him there to revive him?
No, he's just like, we got to go to this side. And then
Yeah.
he doesn't really know why they're going over there. And they have to go, again, through this giant hike with there's really sharp branches and
he
broken
actually
down trees.
he falls right as they are starting.
Yeah.
And he, like, this is a long, like you're saying, a long fucking
Yeah.
trek. I'd be like following, fucking
Judd.
shit. I'd be following him and just like, this fucking old man's gonna rip me in the forest.
Or this guy's going crazy. Like after 10 minutes of following him, like, dude, where the fuck are you taking me? Let's go back. I'm not doing this.
So
Like,
they get to the new, not the new, but the other cemetery.
The super pet cemetery.
it's actually an Indian burial ground. We find out.
Well, we'll say native burial ground.
There, thank you. Yeah, it's a
So
Native
the-
American burial ground. with
the,
Mi'kmaq.
The Mi'kmaq burial ground. Of course, it's two white guys messing with Native American magic.
You know what really threw me off in this scene was fucking Judd like lights up two different
Cigarettes?
separate.
Yeah.
He lights up the first one and then just immediately cuts to him lighting another one up.
That hill was really, really long.
But it was just a weird cut.
He's in flavor country. So Judd tells Lewis to bury the cat and warns him not to tell anyone about what they have done.
At some point, Lewis just like yells out, "Why, Judd?" And it's so weird.
It just makes me so angry. This is just, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Judd knows what's going to happen.
So what happens in the book? Does it make any better of sense to you there?
Fuck, I haven't read the book since I was
Oh,
a
well, then
teenager.
you're a piece of shit.
But no, not really.
Okay.
It doesn't,
I just think
it
that
doesn't make
he's
sense at all.
He's just his character is just he's so full of himself, and he just thinks that everything he's doing is right for the most part. So the next day, as the church returns, but like he's
All right, so you're telling me the cat came back the very next day?
the cat came back.
Do you know that's Canadian?
Do you even know the reference, Andy?
Yeah, they thought he was a goner.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the cartoon for it?
Yep.
I used to, going off on a real hard tangent here. I used to borrow the VHS from my local library with all these Canadian,
Speaking of the cat coming back, holy shit!
The log driver man? Is that what it's called?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'd like to give a shout out to another cat cartoon, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. Have you guys watched that?
I don't know what
I
the
love
fuck
that
is.
song.
It goes Postman Pat, Postman Pat.
Postman Pat and his black and white cat.
You
You don't know that?
No.
That's a great
Yeah.
kids around the time of
YTV.
yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
thought it was CBC.
I watched it on YTV.
I don't think so, bro.
I like Garfield.
YTV.
You like what?
Garfield.
Okay.
I read a lot.
Okay, so there's a movie
Hold
here.
on. I just want to point out again, right after we were talking about the cat came back, Ryan's cat literally walked through the door.
Through it. like.
Okay, people say that. Okay?
Sorry.
Fuck you.
She became a ghost. She phased through it. What?
So funny.
So, zombie.
This is not an
Holy
sorry.
shit.
Sorry. This is not an episode. Fuck. This is not an episode that I thought was going to jump off the rails like House did.
No, not really.
I really thought this was going to be a quick, straightforward episode.
No, I thought it was because this movie is just so fucking weird.
So, there's a cat named Church. He's back from the dead, and he's out for blood.
His eyes glowing, that's just from the camera.
Yeah, it's such a cool trick that they do.
Well, it's not even a trick. It's a cat's eyes. That's just what they do.
Yeah, it is what they do, but
the
like,
cat's not like, you want to see a parlor
no,
trick?
but you have to have a certain angle.
It
for
wasn't
the,
an accident.
Yeah, you have to have a certain
there was
angle
some
to get that.
technique behind this.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh my God. Everybody's ganging up on me.
Yeah,
Ryan.
gangbang. What?
Because you're always being a bitch to all of us.
Not to Andy.
Tables have turned,
Not
literally.
Andy. He's my precious boy. What the fuck is going on?
All right, keep going. Church is back.
He hates Lewis. Judge explains that as a boy, he revived his pet dog, and that although the cat might be different, it will save Ellie the grief of losing her pet.
Yeah, this is so fucking like, oh my God, it pisses me off so much because he's like, oh yeah, I did that with my dog too, and it was fucking, it wanted to murder everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
why did you
Fucking do it.
that?
Fucking
I-
old people, right?
I have it written down here, like the whole conflict of the movie could have been avoided if they kept the cat indoors. If it was an indoor cat.
That's true.
Which, I guess in rural areas, it's not as big of a deal, but
No.
Definitely,
you
yeah.
should be keeping your cats inside.
Yeah,
PSA.
keep your cat
Keep your
indoors.
cats inside.
Okay.
And just to point out more about the cat, it is creepy, but it also still is normal at the same time. Like it's still, when he calls it over to eat food, it eats normally, but it like hisses a lot and it smells like death.
It seems like, yeah, it only hates him. Like
Right.
it seems like it gets along well with
that's
everybody
true.
else.
Yeah.
So the family's having a picnic outside, and they're flying a kite. Lewis is a terrible parent and never watches Gage.
God. And I just want to point out in this scene, the acting is so fucking bad.
Look! Daddy's flying the kite. Mommy, look! Watch him.
It's so bad. Everyone just sounds so fake and contrived.
And this is where you get that sweet foreshadowing that just hits you in the face with the fucking semi-truck leaving the gas station or something.
Oh yeah, it starts super early. And it's
Yeah.
a guy listening to like punk in his truck.
So he's listening to the Ramones during that. He's listening to Sheena as a punk rocker.
And he's singing along to it horribly.
So yeah, he's busy listening to the Ramones.
What song would you listen to if you were a trucker?
What would you listen to before you ran over a toddler?
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more.
What would I listen to? It's a great question. Not to run the kid over, but just
Oh.
as a truck driver. Do you guys have any at the top of your head?
I just told you.
Okay, that's a good one. But even though it's about walking,
It's Rain and Man.
Highway to Hell.
Okay. Different vibes going on.
You just make up your own song. Be like, driving my truck, gonna kill some children.
No, actually,
They're gonna go squish, squish, squish.
I think what I'd be listening to is Survive the Night podcast.
Oh, wow, that's a cheeky little reference there.
So yeah, this truck is speeding up.
And
Yeah, can we talk about how fucking fast these vehicles shoot by? Why are there houses right beside this
I don't
street?
know.
It's not a highway. It's just
No.
a 2-lane street.
it's just like I guess a logging. It's not logging.
No, I don't
It's
know
just
what
like
it is.
big trucks.
And I don't know if you have any fun facts about this, Ryan, but it seemed like they actually got trucks just to fucking speed down the street.
That's. I don't. What?
I just feel like that's not a safe thing to do.
No,
on-
100%. But that's definitely what they did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't like speed it up or anything. That's
Right.
just a fucking vehicle going balls to the wall, pedal to the metal.
Anyway,
So they-
Gage.
go
Gage is starting to walk away from the family. Lewis is not. No one is looking after this
Wait,
kid.
hold on though. So he gives control to Gage to fly the kite. And then
Right.
he drops the handle.
Yeah.
And then the sister goes. I had to look this up as well because she disses her brother, and she says,
Oh,
yeah. I looked this
that's
up.
what I'm guessing. They have a nanny, and that's what she was saying to somebody, and I guess the kid picked it up.
Yeah, word for word, she says, "It got away from him, that numb shit." And then the parents just laugh about it. Meanwhile, if that happened to my kid, I would fucking smack them across the face. You don't speak
They
like
had a
that.
nanny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
She was
not
there.
paying very
Yeah,
much
she
attention.
ends up killing herself at
Oh,
one
shit.
point.
I just remember, the cuts between the scenes were so weird.
They were.
And were they just in front of their house then?
I don't think so. I
No,
think
they
they
were
went out
having
to
a-
a park or something.
Yeah,
They were
they're out
further
in like
down.
a nice valley looking
Yeah.
area kind of thing.
Yeah, they were
right?
further down from their house.
So yeah, as Andy was saying, Gage is now walking towards the road.
And Lewis is chasing after him, and obviously he doesn't make it in time. And then you just sees the shoe of Gage fly off. It's bloody, and then he screams, "No!"
That was the worst scream in cinema history. It was not good.
Yeah, it was. Oh god.
Sorry, bad timing.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked his performance here, honestly.
I thought it was really silly.
Yeah, I thought it was super hammy.
Whatever.
Immediately after Gage dies, Judd anticipates that Lewis is considering burying his son in at the burial ground.
It's so obvious.
And he says like,
predictable.
"No, you shouldn't do that, right?" Or is he like?
So then he talks to him about has a human been buried there?
Oh, right.
And then
He looks really worried.
And then Judd tells him about the story of Bill Baderman, who buried his son Timmy in the burial ground after he was killed in World War II. Timmy returned as a zombie. A group of men, including Judd, tried killing Timmy by lighting his house on fire. And then Bill dies with his son he gets caught up in it and then dies with Timmy.
This is another scene that I was like, this just looks silly.
What that scene was?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him as a zombie.
I don't know if you have this in your points, but there's the scene after Gage dies where Lewis is talking to his wife, and his wife starts talking about her sister.
We haven't gotten to
Okay,
that point
okay,
yet.
So he tells him what happened, but he doesn't really say, "No, don't do it." He just tells him, "Oh, this is what happened when we did that."
I think it's definitely implied as to don't do this because he kept repeating like,
But he's not.
dead is better.
But he's not telling him. And why are you saying that after you just had
Took
him
him there?
resurrect his fucking
Yeah,
cat?
like why did you even bother taking him there? So after the funeral, Rachel and Ellie leave for Chicago.
Wait, we need to touch on the fact that the funeral director, the minister at the funeral is...
Oh, Stephen King.
Holy shit.
Did you want to touch on anything on the funeral?
Yeah, I want to touch on Lewis's wife.
I mean, you could do worse. Stephen...
Stuff. Okay. I feel like I'm in hell. This is hell.
Stephen what?
Stephen King is the minister at the funeral. I don't know if he hasn't really done that many cameos in movies. Based
He's
on
done
his books, right?
so.
He's
done
fucking
so many.
Every
Oh,
single one.
Yeah.
Not The Shining.
No. But like
no, because he fucking hated that movie.
no, but he's been in like
The
you know
original It?
the It's
Was
movie.
he in the new It?
Yes.
Oh,
He
I missed
played.
that.
He was in.
He played a rotting corpse. They didn't use any special effects either. That was just him.
He's in part 2, and he plays a shop owner that gives Bill back his bike.
He's in his creep show movies as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the main characters in
Yeah, and
those.
he's not a good actor.
No.
Because again, during that time period, just full of cocaine the whole time.
One thing we should mention before this happens, the daughter has been having weird dreams that seem to reflect what's happening in reality. Like she had a dream that the dad and Judd buried the cat in the pet cemetery after they did, or was it before they did? One or the other.
I think it's afterwards.
Right, and she's like,
because things are getting amped up,
and she's getting hysterical about her dreams, which she feels like are real.
Because she keeps repeating, like, pass cow, pass cow.
Right, and I also want to mention that after the cat dies, she is talking to the dad on the phone, and the dad's like, hey, how's it going? And like one of the first things she says is like, how's church, Daddy? I'm like, is that really? I mean, I guess they were pretty close, so maybe that's fine.
Yeah, it's a little girl. She probably cares about her fucking cat.
Oh, yeah, I'd be asking about that cat. During the funeral.
What if she was like, hi, Daddy. What are you wearing?
Oh, my God. Hey, Daddy.
The daughter saying it to the father, not the other way around, because that
Thank
becomes
God.
much worse.
Oh,
What were you going to say, Andy?
I don't even care anymore. After the funeral, Rachel and Ellie leave for Chicago while Louis stays at home. He has to take care of, in quotations, loose ends.
You know what's weird? How you've said numerous times that you can't read,
Yeah.
but somehow you're reading off your phone.
It's Braille.
That's still a form of reading, though.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry to all the blind people out there. You can cut that part out. Yeah, no.
I'm going to copy and paste it a few times.
Please no. Please no. Please no. Anyway, he's taking care of the loose ends, meaning I got to go exhume my son's body.
He doesn't take the body out, does he?
Yeah. Did you even watch the movie?
Oh, you mean take it from the grave, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was, for some reason, thinking you meant out of the cemetery in the back.
Oh, no.
Because I was
no.
like, what? No, they just come back by themselves.
Have we not now?
Oh! Those are sharp claws.
Have we not now passed the part where the wife is talking to Louis about her sister?
Okay, so yeah, we have to go back a little bit So I think it's, I don't know what part it is at, but it's still where
Before we get to the sister, I just want to say the scene, it felt like a fever dream, because she starts very casually talking about her sister, and then it just fucking escalates into this fucking life story that gets more and more intense, and it feels like it lasts like half an hour long, her story. I was like, well, shut up.
well, it's very frightening.
Yeah, Sarah was like, so scared of that scene.
I'm
of
still
Zelda.
scared of that scene.
But I watched it and I was like, I think it's because I knew that it was a man playing her that it just wasn't that scary.
Oh, well, it was scary to me. Also, I didn't really understand the fact that like they've been married for quite some time now, and now she's being like,
Yeah, never told him.
"Hey,
this
No.
I had this sick sister that I killed."
I watched her die, and I was laughing about it.
Yeah,
And then after the story, he tells her to take a Valium, and then she's like, but I never take the Valium. Jesus, leave her alone.
so that does happen. I think it's definitely before Gage is even
Dead.
deceased.
So, oh my God.
Can I help? Can I help? you?
Okay, so you are talking about your creepy sister. She's sick. She's so sick. Kind of looks like a dude.
Okay.
Because she is a dude.
Because she is.
Yeah, what would you do in that? First of all, I would like to say Lewis is spot on with the fucking, your parents should not have left you alone with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sensible.
That's like the
for some
first
reason.
smart thing he's done in the whole movie.
That and those fucking sweet abs.
So I don't know what I would do in this situation. I feel like, I'd have to talk to my parents and be like, don't leave me with this. Don't leave me with
This.
with this monster.
Well, it
To be
seems-
fair, you might actually think that way as a young child anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had experiences like that with family where it felt like my brother was a monster because he had got injured at one point and he burned his hand. And remember, I saw him and I was fucking terrified just
right.
because he had this like cast on his hand.
Yeah, and when I was really young, I had Spider-Man pajamas and went to hang out with some kids with my family. And when we had to leave, a kid was crying because he's like, why is Spider-Man leaving?
Oh my God, that's so cute.
May he rest in peace.
So, sorry, Ryan, your question was, what would you do if your wife was telling you a creepy story? What would you do if you were the wife around this kid who was your sister dying, basically?
I guess, I mean, what can you do around your dying sister?
Well, what I would do, actually, because
Power bomb her.
There's gonna be
It sounds like it sounds like all of this was based on the fact that her sister just had like a physical defect, like she was physically handicapped, and they weren't relying on the fucking hospitals to take care of her. Like
Yeah, it looks like she wasn't being helped. And
Yeah.
they were just like hiding, again, they called it the family's dirty secret.
So if I was this 8-year-old kid who had any fucking sense, I would call 911 and be like, hey, my sister's really sick. My family is kind of fucked up. We need to get my sister actual help.
Okay, and now if you were the husband and hearing this story, what would you...
At first, I'd be like, why didn't you tell me this like 5 years ago?
We've been married for like 10 years. You're not telling me about this?
Yeah, I feel like he listened.
He reacted, I think,
He reacted,
properly.
yeah.
But he also uses this to his advantage. I guess at this point we do know that he doesn't actually like her parents at all. He's like, see, this is why I don't like your parents. They're fucking...
I like to think he's like, oh, honey, that was really fucked up. It was a fucked up story. Don't tell me stuff like this anymore, okay? My precious lady.
God, no.
Okay, so we talked about Zelda. she's very creepy. She's played by a man, and the reason they had a man because they thought casting an actual little girl was just going to make her look too cute. Yeah. They wanted her to really look scary, like out of proportions and stuff.
And it did the job.
Definitely did.
So we're back.
So Gage is dead now. I think we were last on the train of Lewis getting ready to exhume his dead.
Yes, the loose ends. He exhumes his son's body and buries... first he gets the body out of the grave and then like cradles him for a little bit longer than he should have. Yeah. It's really creepy.
What do you mean a little bit longer than he should have?
He's holding his dead baby.
And he's kissing it.
Yeah, well, he's a fucking father in mourning. You don't know what you would do.
It's true.
That is true.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking bunch of babyless monsters.
You don't have anything.
I have a baby right here.
So yeah, he takes Gage to the Super Pet Semetary.
Yeah, the fucking like 20-mile hike up a mountain.
Yeah, and I don't even know how he did that. But he did. I guess while this is...
Sorry, could you imagine just like you've got your kid and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to bring my kid to the cemetery. He's going to come back and you're trucking. And then like halfway you're like, fuck, there's too much. I'm out of breath. I'm going back.
I'm just leaving this corpse in the middle of the way.
Kid.
So while this is happening, the other child, Ellie, is having a dream, and she's being warned by Pascal, and I guess she mentions this to her mom, Rachel, and she's like panicking, and her mom's just like, just go back to bed. But I think she ends up calling.
She also says there's no ghosts at this point,
right,
which I thought was like a bad... There's ghosts out there.
Sarah came in, and it just scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, she said
the
there's
mom's not wrong though.
That there's no ghosts. I just found that when she said this, it felt like she was bringing evil on herself by saying that. It's like, you don't say that when you're dealing.
Look, the father has PTSD from seeing somebody die, and the daughter is schizo.
Thank you for that medical term.
Schizophrenic.
So Rachel ends up going back to the home. Sorry. She decides to return to Maine, much to Jed's alarm, because she ends up calling him too, saying, "I'm coming back."
And at some point, she actually hitches a ride with the truck driver, who, when he opens the door,
it's before one thing.
Okay.
She's driving a vehicle back, and the car just randomly stops.
Oh, right.
And then Pascal shows up as a ghost, being like he's communicating to her, but she can't really communicate back to him. Like she kind of like notices like a little bit of like this.
Yeah, she feels his presence.
Yeah.
It seems like.
So Pascal says that she is being held back by the evil forces, And then that's when she ends up getting a ride by a truck driver.
But he says something to her. I think he's like, hey, get in, baby doll, or some shit like that. And she does. Like, you don't get into a truck with somebody like that. But he redeems himself later.
Ass, grass, or gas, nobody rides for free.
It would have been really funny if it was Stephen King, like, showed up with the truck.
Hey, it's me, Stephen King. I'm also a truck driver.
Yeah. You got any coke? He's a prospector, apparently. So that night, a reanimated Gage returns home and steals a scalpel from his father's bag.
I want to say every scene that Gage is holding the scalpel, I'm just like, man, if I was this kid's parents, I would not be okay with this.
I'm pretty, again, I think I've talked to you about this off the podcast, but I'm pretty sure that they got a little person to play Gage for some of the...
No.
They didn't?
I believe they didn't. However, as you're saying,
Some dummies.
There's one scene where it just shows his legs walking, and it kind of does look like...
But some of
it
the
doesn't look like a child walking.
Some of the hand movements, though, too.
They seem off.
They
yeah.
use a dummy 100%.
Okay.
Because a lot of people were like, hey, you shouldn't be putting a child through all these scenes. And so to counteract that, they used a dummy during a lot of the scenes at the end here so that the actor who played Gage wasn't going to like be traumatized.
I also want to say that Gage's body is in pretty good condition after being run over by a truck.
It is weird that he just has like a scar on his skull.
Yeah,
if you see the crash, the truck is going at like thousands of miles per hour. It would seem like it would just like obliterate him to pieces.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like mortuaries can like fix him up, but
Not
getting
that
hit
good.
by a fucking semi as a
Like a 3-year-old.
not even a 3-year-old. I think he's like, oh, actually, yeah, he might be. He's just under a 3-year-old. I think he's supposed to be like 33 months or something.
Damn.
But like,
My baby's 33 months?
he's probably still got those sweet, soft, jelly baby bones.
Probably. So he grabs the scalpel and then ends up going to Judd's house. And then I think Judd is like, he can hear a kid like laughing.
So this is where I was really excited for the film because this is the area where the fucking book scared the shit out of me.
Right.
And this was just funny to me. It was just,
Yeah.
oh. First of all, yeah, the little kid, Gage, he's saying stuff, which his voice is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I will give it that. But then Judd's like, oh, come on out, Gage, where are you? I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out of this
Yeah,
house.
he's
I know what's
looking
going to
for
happen.
him.
And he knows that this kid is reanimated. So like, what are you doing?
So yeah, he's taunting him, and then Church, I guess, distracts him, jumps up on one of the tables, and then
Hey! Over here, I'm the cat. Church! Hey!
so with that distraction, he turns, and then
And then a doll hand comes out and cuts his ankle.
Yeah, he's hiding under the bed.
To be fair, though, that made me squeamish a little
oh
bit.
god,
And it wasn't even the ankle. He cut him right through the Achilles.
Achilles
Yeah,
tendon.
I hate
yeah.
it. I hate it
oh,
so
I
much.
always hate
It's
that.
the worst.
It's always the worst. And then slashes his mouth, gives him a nice like Chelsea smile.
He does the Joker to me. So he puts
Yeah.
a smile on his face.
Yeah, that part's kind of fucked up. And then he starts biting his throat, killing him.
That was weird to me because you could see that it's the actual kid
Mm-hmm.
necking this old man. I was like,
Yeah, you just you zoom in and hear just like
so gross.
baby wants milk.
Oh no.
And he starts sucking Judd's nipples and milk.
Anyway, so Rachel returns home after the truck driver drops her off.
She gets out, wipes her mouth.
What?
Oh, but then, yeah, this is a part where the truck driver redeems some stuff to me because he's like, I hope that whatever's, affecting you, works out.
I'd be like, okay, thanks, strange truck driver man.
And then
Don't talk to me about my personal shit.
Also, I would have been so weary getting into a truck after that because, a truck driver did kill her child.
Right. It could have been the same fucking guy.
Yeah. He's back on the job within a week.
Jesus.
So, yeah, she returns home. She's lured into Judd's house by a voice and specter of her why does it say that?
Sister?
The dead sister Zelda kind of like beckons her into the house.
Yeah, this part, again, it just,
Oh, it's still creepy to me.
I thought it was so, like, sorry, if I'm going past anything, please stop me.
No, you're
but,
not.
like, she goes up the stairs, she's hearing everything,
Yeah.
and then she sees her sister, like sitting there,
Yep.
crouched or whatever. That was creepy. But then she like runs up to the camera like it's a fucking music video.
Oh, that's still creepy to me. That's so creepy
yeah,
to
that
me.
part I was like,
Oh.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
But like when she's further away, that creeped me out definitely.
sorry, that still creeps me out. So yeah, that happens, and then she sees Zelda, and then only to discover that she's actually seeing Gage holding a scalpel, and he's dressed up pretty fancy now.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
so weird.
So he's dressed up. He's
Sunday best.
he's actually wearing. This is. I'll leave it to the end for the fun facts on that.
No, you can say it now.
I can say it now.
Yeah.
So Gage and Zelda are wearing the exact same outfit basically, except Gage has a top hat.
Okay, so yeah, that was weird that he had a fucking
So
top hat
it's
on.
the exact same image that Rachel has. She has a painting in her parents' house of a child wearing a top hat, and there's a cat underneath.
Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where we ask who wore it better.
Not Gage. I did not like seeing him in that outfit.
I liked Gage. I liked his top hat. It was
Yeah, Gage was wearing nice clothes. Zelda's wearing some sickly sheet.
Yeah.
It's the same thing though, just in a different,
sickly sheet.
just in a different form.
Sickly sheet.
So she discovers that it's Gage holding the scalpel. She's in shock, but she still reaches down to go pick him up. Like it's my baby. It's my
Which
baby.
again, like I can understand that.
I know, but he's holding a scalpel.
Yeah, we'll smack the scalpel
My
away.
baby.
Okay, so yeah, what would you do in this situation when you see your zombie baby?
Okay, actually, Amir, you go first. I'll leave mine for last.
So I just want to go back just to, again, the point where Judd is killed by the baby. I'm just like, okay, sure, this baby's reanimated. This toddler's reanimated. But come on, it's a fucking toddler who's like overpowering. Does he have superhuman strength?
That's
as
what
it's
I was
supposed to?
thinking.
I think it has to because it does things later on that
Also,
doesn't
he just had
make
his
right.
fucking Achilles tendon
That's true.
torn out.
If I didn't, so we'll go back to the mom. I see my kid, looking dressed up with a scalpel, and he's known to me to be dead at this point. As soon as he's coming towards me, I am booting this kid against the fucking
Yeah.
wall,
it's a pretty
Yeah.
good response.
and then I'm out of there.
Ryan.
So my response is basically the same. Austin Powers Gold member.
Yeah, where it was like mini-me.
When Mini-Me is defecting to the good guys, and then Austin Powers just boots him.
Beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's probably what I do. I don't know though. Like, it is your kid. I feel like it'd be hard.
It would be very hard.
But at the same time, I'd be like, you're not supposed to be alive.
So if I wasn't, if I'm not beating the shit out of this undead baby, I'd just leave. I'd just walk away.
My initial assumption as well would be that this is not, a physical thing. This is a ghost. This is a spirit that I'm seeing.
You know what I would do actually? I'd I'd be like,
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
and then I'd pull off my sweatband and I'd run around the room and then I'd come up to him and just the fucking people's elbow right there.
You would have to do a spine buster before you did
Yeah,
that, though.
spine buster.
Or I'd give him a sweet Stone Cold Stunner. And then somebody out of screen would throw me a beer. I'd crack it open.
I will say, doing a stunner on someone that's like, 3/4 less your height would be
That'd be
very
hard.
difficult.
Yeah, and he'd probably slice your neck by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be really easy to get away from it.
Oh yeah, just
Right.
walk away.
Yeah. There's no way this toddler,
Just
even
walk-
if it is undead,
Just
could run
just
faster
walk,
than you.
Just walk backwards.
You could even just grab a fucking pillow off the bed and swat it and be like,
Just-
I'm out. Peace.
Do you think Judd was a bowler? Because I would just grab a bowling ball and just whip it right at him.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I just put my fingers in that kid and roll.
Oh my god.
Or
No.
You said he was a bowler.
Yeah.
You just said put your fingers in a kid.
He didn't specify where.
Yeah, you fucking
In the
will.
nose. Come
In
on.
his eyeballs.
Oh. So waking up from his sleep, Lewis notices Gage's muddy footprints in the
Wait,
house.
what happened to the mom?
They just
Well,
you-
we find out.
It just goes to black and you hear her scream.
I really like that. It's just Lewis wakes up like, what a very restful
It's
and
nothing
well-deserved nap.
It's not even like that. He wakes up and he smashes his head on like the nightstand. And then he notices Gage's footprints all over the house, discovers his scalpel is missing, receives a phone call from Gage in that he has played with Judd and Mommy.
He gets a phone call from him?
Yeah. And
I
I'm
didn't
like,
remember that.
how did he get the ability to do that?
And oh my God, we missed one sort of key moment. So at this point, he gets a call from his father-in-law as well after Gage calls. But we didn't mention the funeral, where Gage's funeral, where
where the father's like, it's your fucking fault. Why didn't you do something?
and he punches Lewis, and then Lewis fights back, and he pushes the father-in-law into Gage's casket, and we see his hand kind of pop out a bit, and then he closes again. But yeah, back here now.
Except his hands, like, it falls out like that. The little mark thing, like people when they put their thumb and index finger together, and then you got to punch him.
Yeah.
And everybody at the wake's like, he got us. He got us.
I want to say that there's another person at that funeral that gets mad at Lewis and being like, what are you doing? This is a funeral, damn it.
It's a Stephen King.
No, it should have been, but no, it's just a random person. And I'm like, he didn't even do anything. It was the father-in-law that started everything.
So yeah, back after this point where Gage calls, now his father-in-law calls. He's like, how's my daughter doing? Where is she?
Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, she's sleeping.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay, wake her up. I want to talk to her. And be like, what?
My daughter's, or not my daughter, your daughter is freaking out. She's hilarious? Hysterical.
She's hilarious.
Your daughter's hilarious.
She's hilarious, but she can't talk. She's being so funny.
And yeah, he just hangs up on his father-in-law.
Yeah.
So he goes into the house, right? Judd's house.
He sees footsteps going out of the house. Whoa, that was... The cat just brushed up.
So yeah, he fills 3 syringes up with morphine and heads over to Judd's house. Encountering Church, he kills the cat with an injection. He lures the cat over with like
a raw steak or
raw
something.
steak.
It was a pork chop,
Oh.
supposedly. But I just want to say, like, whatever happened to this actual cat looks so fucked up. What did they do?
Yeah, I felt really bad for that cat.
It looked like they
because
actually might have like
injected it with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't moving, and it wasn't a dummy or anything.
Oh.
Did you find anything on that?
No, I tried to look up stuff about the cats, but they just talked about how it was
Same.
that specific type of cat.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that they used 9 cats, like 9 lives of a cat kind of thing.
God,
It was
they
kind of
killed them
interesting.
all.
I tried as hard as I could to find something about like what actually happened to this cat in the scene. I could not dig anything out.
It sounds like in the remake, the cats were treated better. There was 2.
But see, they also said, I read somewhere connected to some of the trivia on this movie that no animals were harmed. I don't know if all studios say that, even if somebody did get harmed.
Who knows?
But it was fucked.
So he encounters Church, injects the cat with, I guess, was it morphine?
Some sort of
So that it's
just Kool-Aid.
catnip.
It just squirts Mountain Dew into the cat.
Well, that would kill.
That kills humans.
That kills humans.
Fuck no, it makes you cool as shit.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, so he goes into the house, right?
Yeah. So
And he hears his kid, like, Gage.
he's
saying
taunting
stuff,
him.
Which, when he calls out Daddy, that was creepy. And they should have stopped there. But then he starts saying other stuff. And I was like, okay, you threw me out again.
So
Daddy?
yeah, Lewis is startled by Rachel's corpse, hung from the attic, before Gage attacks him.
Yeah, it just drops down in front of him, right?
And then the funny thing was that, Gage just flies right at his face.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
And it's so fake when he jumps
Yeah.
down and flies.
I'm pretty sure you can even see a string like attached to the dummy that flies at him. It's great though. I like it. So after the brief battle, Lewis overpowers Gage, injects him with a morphine syringe.
This part made me laugh too. When he's going backwards and he falls and smacks his
Yeah,
head.
and he
on
keeps
the
saying-
wall. That was real.
Yeah, and he keeps saying, "Not fair, not fair."
No fair, no fair.
It almost made it look like they got him to intentionally trip. Like that,
Yeah,
that was really,
maybe they hit him with morphine too.
And he hits his head on the wall, and it looks painful.
So then Lewis lights Judd's house on fire, leaving it to burn as he carries Rachel's body from the fire. Pascal appears and warns Lewis not to make it worse. But of course, grief-stricken Lewis takes Rachel.
And he makes the point that it's going to work this time because they're not waiting so long to bury the dead.
And again, it's so fucking dumb. Like, he just burned his child up, and then he's like, okay, but third time's the charm.
It's going to work this time.
Yeah, it's gonna work. It's a fresh kill. It's good.
It's going to work.
So yeah, he buries Rachel. I think he ends up going back home, and then he like sits down by the fridge and starts playing cards.
I think also at this point he's insane. Like he starts laughing at one point.
He sets up a timer for when she's supposed to come
Yeah,
out, right? For
yeah.
midnight or whatever.
So yeah, she does eventually come home. Half her face is missing, and it's like oozing everywhere.
I will say, it looks so good.
Yeah.
But then he makes out with her
Yeah.
right away.
This was so
and it's like,
disgusting.
He
what?
just grabs her and starts making out, and
It's
then
hard.
Oh God, that puss is so salty.
It does. Yeah, there's like brown juice coming out of her fucking brain.
I don't think Amir heard what he was saying.
The pus is so salty.
No, he said something else.
What else did I say?
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Oh, did you think I said the puss is so salty?
No. I think Andy's
I
just
did say the pus. Yeah.
hearing what he wants
Jesus.
to hear. I mean, it probably was.
Anyway, they kiss, and then she grabs a knife. The screen
That
goes.
was not a kiss.
They make out for
That
what
was-
it
They're like
seems
they were
like for,
tongue fucked each
Yeah.
other.
It seems like it takes forever, and then she grabs a knife. It fades to black, and then you just hear him screaming, and then cue the Pet Semetery by the Ramones.
So, what would you do, say, after you brought your wife to the pet cemetery or the cemetery?
I'm not
sorry?
making out with her. That's a fact.
Well, do we have to have brought our wives to the pet cemetery? I guess.
Well, we all know, like, this
Yeah.
never would have happened because I'd be like, I'm not
Right,
bringing
right,
my
right,
fucking
right,
cat
right.
over here. You fucking freaky old man trying to rape me.
Well, I wouldn't assume the best of her. Like, I would be ready for her to try and fucking kill me, and then I would try to train her like like you would train a dog. You know,
Like the movie Fido?
Sure.
There's a zombie movie called Fido.
Or the end of Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have a fucking kitchen knife on the table right next to where you're gonna fucking meet your undead wife.
Yeah, don't do that.
But yeah, I would be, once I bury my wife, I'm, expecting her to come home, dead, undead. And I know that from previous experiences with my dead cat and my dead son that things might go a little weird. So just, be ready.
Yeah, things might go a little weird. It's fine, though.
Wear a condom because, you don't know what kind of diseases a dead vagina might bring.
Or a dead penis.
His penis is still alive, though.
Oh.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, well, he does die, so then he would have a dead penis.
That's assuming. Well, yeah, okay.
Because I'm so stupid and I let all this happen already, I would just just accept it and just die and then come back. Because she's probably going to take your body or my body to the pet cemetery and then resurrect me.
I would also hire a plastic surgeon just to fix her up because her face is fucked up, and I don't want to go out in public with her because people can be like, "What the fuck?" Take her to a hospital.
You're so into looks.
Anyways, this movie was just, yeah, it was okay.
I like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I know you
Obviously,
do.
I liked it. I wouldn't say I liked it a lot. I found the tone to be all over the place. Sometimes it felt like a family, rom-com kind of tone almost to me. But overall, there was a lot of what the fuck moments, and I appreciated that.
I think I enjoy a lot of the cheesiness. I think that makes it more of a fun movie. I know, coming from Ryan's standpoint of liking the book, you would obviously want it to be more serious. But yeah,
It wasn't so much that. It's the movie's okay. I definitely agree that there was some weird pacing.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cheesy, which it's an 80s movie. So, par for the course there. But yeah, it was just the ending that kind of frustrated me because in the book, it's so fucking terrifying.
What's the ending in the book?
The ending in the book is just I believe he still kills Judd. And I could be
You're talking about Gage killing Judd?
Yeah, I could be completely wrong here because I haven't read the book in quite a while. But I just remember, I think the mother coming in and then Gage is just hi, mommy. But it explains how he looks, and he looks much more fucked up than.
Just a scar on his head?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I would have preferred that.
Yeah, so got a little fun facts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to hear some fun facts?
Oh, wait, hold on. So I just quickly Googled the end of the book. So what happens is, same thing. Lewis is playing solitaire in the house. He's waiting. Hears the door open, footsteps behind him, draws the Queen of Spades. Behind him, the reanimated Rachel puts a cold hand on his shoulder and with a voice full of dirt simply says, "Darling," the end.
See, that's pretty cool.
But the scenes. Oh my god, the scenes with Gage were much more creepy in the book, in my
Okay.
opinion. To touch on that final scene in the movie, that they had made it a lot more ambiguous, and the company that was like funding the film was like, "You got to make this better. You got to make it more scary." So, you know who almost directed the film?
Who,
Yeah.
Ryan?
George A. Romero was 100% on board, was going to do it, and then got stuck with
Monkey Shines.
yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a somebody like jerking it. Gotta go
Monkey Shines?
Gotta go shine the old monkey.
Have you seen Monkey Shines?
No.
It's one of the George Romero movies I haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Have you seen Monkey Shines?
No.
So next we've got they cut out, but it was supposed to be the Wendigo was supposed to be in
Yes.
it, which would have been honestly, I think, way better in my opinion. I thought it would have been really cool to have it in there.
In the remake, they show like glimpses of it, but it appears in the book more. Right?
Yeah, and it makes sense as well. But so yeah, it's cut from the movie, but you can still hear howling and like large crashes around the burial ground.
Okay.
There's there's not a whole lot on this film.
One that Andy and I talked about earlier today that isn't true, according to Andy, is the fact that, or is the rumor that Bruce Campbell was initially the favorite to play Lewis's character.
Yeah,
which
it's
apparently
still
is
a
not true.
rumor. I don't know. I read some interviews from the director, was Mary Lambert, and she said that it's a bunch of other people were in consideration, but Bruce Campbell was not one of them.
We're not gonna die. We're not gonna die. We're gonna get out of here.
Maybe we'll get into Pet Semetery 2 one day.
I personally really enjoy Pet Semetery 2, starring Ed Furlong, John Connor.
Have you seen it, Ryan?
No.
Amazing.
This has been episode 12 of Survive the Night. Thank you for joining us. You've been listening to me, Amir, along with my co-host Andy
Hi, I'm Andy.
and Ryan.
Yes.
On our next episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, sort of just a kind of conversation with you and a bit of an introduction to ourselves and how we were introduced to horror. So make sure to join us on that episode.
And it's still going to be kind of our regular length episode, but it's going to be kind of like a side kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, we're not going to do a deep dive into a movie. We'll talk about a bunch of different movies and genres and that sort of thing. So, be sure to tune into that. And then if you want to talk to us on social media or email, there's a variety of ways you can do that. On Instagram, we're at s.t.n_podcast. On Twitter, we're just at STN pod. On Facebook, you can look up our Facebook group by searching Survive the Night Podcast. And then you can also email us at survivethenightpodcast@gmail.com.
I just want to thank everybody who's listened to the podcast. Like, I'm sure a lot of people would say, like, we've hit a little over 250 downloads, just downloads. That's not including, like, listens and stuff. And I'm sure to a lot of people that's not really that much, but
To us
personally, I
it
think
is.
that's
Yeah, it's good.
huge. Yeah.
I want to say, I was going to shout out to my friend Steve Ingram, because he's one of our number one fans. And I love you.
Shout out to me, because I like to listen to myself make jokes.
I want to say that I'm sorry, guys. I'm the one who has downloaded our podcast 250 times.
It makes sense.
But yeah, so we'll talk to you in the next episode. Thanks for listening, and take care.
Bye. All right, get the fuck out of my house.